No, right, but that's what's going to happen now. You're going to cut the rest of this clip, and it's just going to say Sadowski picks NC last. Okay, what do you want me to say? Where do I think Lotte is going to be in the standings?
No, like 1 to 10.
1 to 10?
You can exclude Lotte if you want.
I don't know if I can exclude anything or include anything. I don't want to pick a team last. All right, let's go. Well, since I'll do groups.
All right.
I'll say group A. I'll go Lotte, Doosan, Nexen. Yeah, I think Nexen. Those three. And Group B, NC. No. Well, SK for sure, because SK still got some pieces. I know losing Merrill's a big loss and losing Trey's a big loss, but they still are going to be competitive. Kia can still hit. Samsung defensively up the middle now. Park Hae-min, and right. And if they bring in Kim Sang-soo, I mean I don't know what they're going to do, but they could be pretty good up the middle defensively. And Park Hae-min, he's another guy. Metrically, you look at that guy's range compared to the rest of the league.
타석의 이상호 껴 맞은 타구입니다. 중견수 다이빙 캐치! 기가 막힌 수비를 보여줍니다.
I guess you put NC, KT, LG in that bottom group. LG, Kim Hyun-soo is my favorite player in the KBO now. He's my favorite non-Lotte player. No, Kim Hyun-soo's always been a great competitor, a great player. He's, for LG to get him, when he went down, that really hurt LG last year.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing that's tough to predict. You make these things, you don't know who's going to stay healthy, who's going to get hurt. We talk about depth being such a big issue.
Yeah, and you don't know the foreign players gonna be like.
Yeah, but
get adopted to KBO League or
but
not.
at least I know who the foreign. I mean, I'm better off than most people because I've seen all these foreign players play, except for Dicehorn. NC is very interesting, and this is what I don't know about NC. They signed 2 players that have been very successful relief pitchers, and a catcher, and then they signed Yang Yi-ji.
Yes.
So I have no idea what their plan is, and maybe they have a plan that makes a lot of sense to me, or maybe they have a plan that makes no sense to me. But it's really hard to predict what they're going to do with Butler, Brzezinski, Bethencourt, Yang Yi-ji. I don't know how they're going to use these guys.
2 pitchers were relievers, not starters.
They've been relievers for a while. I actually saw.
Breaking ball, called strike 3. Down goes Chu. 2 outs, 3rd strikeout of
I saw Drew Brzezinski start back with the Cubs, I think in 2015 or 2016. But the last 2 years, he was a really good reliever with the Twins and the Marlins. So I don't know if they're gonna.
Their stamina could be.
Well, I don't know what role they're gonna put them in. Maybe they're the opener. Maybe, like I said, I don't know what NC is going to do, and so and I don't know if it's gonna work. So NC for me is like it's just the unknown. Are they gonna use Bethencourt as a first baseman? Are they gonna use him as a catcher? How are they gonna use Yang Yi-ji? So we'll see. But they're the team that I'm like, I don't know where to put them. B or C. Right. And they're not short on talent. I mean, and Park Min-woo was hurt a lot last year. Yeah. And Na Sung-bum. And their pitching was broken down a little bit from the use of being in the Korean series and the playoff year after year after year. So maybe they come back a little bit healthier. And they have a new manager too, which is there's so many new managers in the KBO that you don't know how they're going to do things. And that doesn't just go for NC. That goes for Lotte. That goes for SK. That goes for KT. So it's so hard to predict these things, and it's really easy for me to to say, oh, let's play a stupid game and rank these guys out. And that's what ends up happening, like when you are getting translated on stuff, you know. It's like, let's just take this huge clip and make it real short, and then everyone says, oh, Sadowski picked NC last. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's what media does.
No, right, but that's what's going to happen now. You're going to cut the rest of this clip, and it's just going to say Sadowski picks NC last. No, and like I said, it's all about hot takes, and one thing that we've seen, and we saw it in my first year in the KBO was 2010, but we saw in 2009 Kia go from the worst team in the league to winning the championship. And then, you know, SK, what they did over the last 2 years was crazy. And even Nexen, 2010 and 11, they were terrible. 12, maybe they didn't make the playoffs in 12, but by 2014 they were in the Korean series. So anything can happen real quick in the KBO, so my predictions are as meaningless as anybody else that makes them. So you can just turn that section off.